Last point, we have covered pretty much everything. Last point, we told you.
Today's news in Afghanistan, right?
Yeah, we told you all the way from in the beginning that we have a major announcement. You see, this is called the AfghanEye podcast, so you assume that our podcast should be available as audio streams in all podcasting services. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case so far, and that's because we were using equipment that was not suitable for recording podcasts, because a podcast needs to meet a certain standard so that people can listen to your show when they're out and about, uh, going to gym or whatever. In my case, when I'm cooking or when I go to the supermarket or when I go by bicycle somewhere, I always listen to podcasts. So you need to meet a certain industry standards to publish podcasts. Otherwise, people won't listen to you. They can't hear you. So far, we have created these shows. We have uploaded them to YouTube because we want to just get on with the project, just start and produce and publish shows. But now we have the equipment now to record better audio. So first of all, during the shows when we are doing these recordings, the quality of audio has improved significantly, and these new recordings, these new shows will appear on all podcast streaming services. So if you're an iPhone user and you have a iPhone or any other Apple device, you can go to iTunes podcast and you will see our podcast there. Stitcher Radio for Android, we will be available on Spotify podcast as well. So we will make sure that from now on all our shows are available on all these streaming services, and obviously we will upload our shows to our YouTube channel. So by the way, speaking of our YouTube channel, we've seen that less than 40% of our viewers are actually subscribed, which means that the remaining 60% plus 60% of our viewers are not even subscribed to our channel. What's that all about?
Yeah, man. If you're visiting and enjoying the content,
Yeah.
subscribe to our channel. If you don't have a YouTube account, make a YouTube account.
Yeah.
So we will, inshallah ta'ala, going forth. We will be available, our podcasts will be available on all of the different podcast streaming platforms. That is only because we have been able to gain a level of support from our viewers, from our listeners, from our readers. Because obviously a lot of people aren't actually aware that we write articles as well on our website. But listeners, viewers, readers have provided us with a level of support where we are not only able to get better equipment in my case, but we can also now look to put forth our voices in the world through podcasting platforms. And that's something that I'm really personally looking forward to, because a lot of people sort of told me that Ahmed-Waleed, I live in XYZ country and internet here is very expensive. Watching it on YouTube drains my data. So we are here. We promised you guys, and inshallah ta'ala we are looking to deliver. So yeah, that is something that, once again, like I said, is very humbling. It shows us that what we're putting out there, especially given that we're putting a counter narrative, we're asking different questions, we are pitted against the big boys, we are the underdogs. But thanks to the support of people that appreciate what we do, we can further put our perspectives into the world and speak things into existence, hopefully, inshallah ta'ala.
Before we round up, I also want to remind everyone we are present on Twitter, on Facebook, Instagram. As we said before, we are on YouTube. We get so many views now. We have like thousands of views on our channel. so many visitors to our Facebook and Twitter pages. Please make sure that you like, follow, subscribe on YouTube. Turn on that notification button. It's necessary. I'm not just saying this, it's necessary. We want to grow as a platform. We want to reach more people. And in order to do that, we need to have a large following. So if you have been consuming our content so far, show some love, show some appreciation, and make sure that you share our videos and our podcasts, because there are a lot of people who might not know that we are present, that we are existing, you know.
And that's the thing, is that a lot of the support that's come through with regard to helping us get new equipment and enable us to go onto other platforms has been financial. But obviously, we understand that, especially with the corona, people's financial situation may or may not be great. That's fine. Any sort of support afforded to an independently run platform such as ours that is not accountable to anyone except our viewers. It's not accountable to shareholders. It's not accountable to governments or officials or NGOs or the blurry lines in between these guys that you never really
security
hear about.
apparatus.
But the security apparatus,
Spies.
and you've always got an uneasy feeling about them,
Warlords.
but you can never really put your finger on it. None of that stuff applies here. We are two guys that set up a platform in our own homes during coronavirus lockdown, independently of all of those people that we just mentioned, solely so we could question the way that Afghanistan is discussed in the media, solely so we could question why so many Afghans have been dying over the last 40 years, asking who is responsible for this. Obviously not one person, whichever side of the ideological or ethnic or religious spectrum they're on, or which superpower it's come from. We're here for all of that stuff. And if the support isn't financial, it could be moral, by sharing our content, by following us on Twitter. It doesn't cost anything, and it means the world to us. So we're not going to stop, and the support and the encouragement we've received has only spurred us on to go further. So yeah, we're just getting started, Sangar. What do you say?
We're just getting started. This is just the beginning.
This is just
10 episodes that you've seen so far, was just Sarfilmi. You know, in Afghanistan, we call it Sarfilmi. So, if in Afghanistan, when we were young, we would go and watch movies, usually Bollywood or whatever nonsense. And in all those movies, you had the prologue, you had this prologue, very dramatic. And then after that, the real action begins. So for our viewers and listeners, so far what you have seen, it was just Sarfilmi. It was just the beginning. You have no idea what we have prepared for you in the upcoming weeks and months. So make sure that you are subscribed to all our platforms. Everywhere we are present, you follow us, like us, and thank you again for your support.
I'm going to say one more thing, right? A lot of what I've noticed and what's really taken me by surprise is that a lot of our viewers, listeners, subscribers, whatever, are not actually people of Afghan background. And I want to say that, yes, we are the AfghanEye podcast. We focus on Afghanistan. But what we also do is we're aiming to focus and discuss how Afghanistan serves as a microcosm of the war on terror, on certain terminologies, on certain methodologies by which the Muslim world is approached, which perpetuate mass violence and killing in the Muslim world, whether by local actors or whether by foreign actors. So we're here not, to contextualize Afghanistan within a broader Muslim discussion, of course, to see and analyze and rationalize how and why such tragic occurrences happen. So it is the Sarfilmi. And I hope you guys, I hope we can go forth and start the movie very soon, inshallah.
Yes, it's full of action, special effects, and whatnot. Superheroes.
I wonder who those will be.
Okay, so again, thank you very much, and Jazakallahu khair, and Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.
Wa alaikum.